Welcome to Goldboys Live, presented by Pickett Sports, Sleeper Picks, Hall of Fame bets. We got Brad, we got Josh. 4 playoff games today. We'll get to those. Little recap from yesterday. We'll see how many game threes we get tomorrow. Maybe we'll get into some NFL, some college. Boys, what's going on? How did yesterday treat you?
Treated me absolutely horrible. I went to the Rays game. The game was all decided by Kevin Cash deciding to bunt with Jose Siri. Jose Siri, who is a young gun in the playoffs, like my actual phone's going off because it thinks I'm talking to it. Like, let him just smash one because he flies out a lot. Like, let him do what he's comfortable with. He pops out on the bunt. We don't score. Then we don't end up scoring the rest of the game. We had 5 errors. What a waste of a solid pitching outing by freaking.
You were at the game?
Yeah, I was.
You were one of the few.
Wait, did I tell you guys though before the game
strong.
that like the only reason I went to the game was because when on Monday or Sunday, I looked at tickets and I go, I could literally sit wherever I want for $100. Literally anywhere I want.
I was going to ask how much. So that's what your ticket cost, and you got decent seats for $100.
Oh yeah, I was like 10th row, by the Rays dugout.
Wow,
that's for $100 in a playoff game.
$100. I got 2 of them. Got one for me and my pops.
What's going down in Tampa? Like, there's other stuff to do, I guess.
No, man, there's a lot. So first of all, dude, it's like people say there's no excuse for it being an afternoon game, but like when your commute as being a Tampa Bay fan, like people don't live in St. Pete, at least not younger people. Like people, and this is like I think most people that live on that side of the bay are like older retirees. So you say expecting the people to come from Tampa are gonna have to drive like an hour. So that means they're gonna have to take off work at like 1. And then it's not a great experience going to the game.
There it is.
The shithole. I mean, it looks like a shithole.
Yeah, the food sucks. The food's overpriced. The drink's overpriced. And then the last but not least, like if you're a halfway fan, why would you even want to spend money to go watch that team? Like, I get we have this small ball mentality, but like you want me to take off work. So most people, blue collar society, are losing out on money because they don't want to blow PTO. Then they're going to go watch a team with 2 dudes who have a batting average of over 300. And then maybe one guy who's actually marketable. It's just not like it's a recipe for not having fans.
Yeah. I mean, and they're a newer team too. I mean, what, late 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like you grew up. It's not like people grew up being Rays fans.
There's no old Rays fans, like, memories of my pops taking me to Rays games when I was a little kid.
No, they all remember going to like Yankee Stadium because it's all the New York transplants living.
And of course we played the Rangers, who obviously don't have fans like that,
Yeah. That was my biggest and best bet of the night that I gave on the show. So it was the over 15.5 outs for Jordan Montgomery. Didn't realize he would go past the 7th, but that was something I felt comfortable about. And now, I mean, they're in a great position. They can take Eovaldi out whenever the hell they want if they're still in the game. So I mean, Texas looking a lot better right now. Did you fire anything like after last night, Will, when you were like, okay, now there's some series bets I can play?
I don't remember. Did I text you guys that? Because I had a good day. I went 3-1, but I had Rays tied into I just like screw it. It's the playoffs. I'm gonna parlay all 4 of them. Rays were the one I got wrong, but I played Diamondbacks. I played Diamondback series. I played Twin series. I played them all individually. I thought the Phillies line was I just didn't understand. It kept getting bet towards the Marlins. Like, why?
Wait, yeah.
Wheeler. I didn't get that. I thought that was.
I raged bet Phillies last night.
Yeah,
put a lot of money on Phillies.
And Miami got back in the game a little bit late. It made you a little nervous, but it was mostly Philly all the way.
What price did you get on Phillies?
I think it was minus 150 yesterday.
Yeah, I think minus 165.
And I played Twins Phillies World Series 60-1, 58-1 a couple different times. So
nice.
you got me on the Twins. I started looking at them more and was like, yep, all right, I'm good. I took them at plus
first playoff win since what, 1993?
04, 18 losses in a row. My goodness.
I thought it was longer than that. 04.
But it was 19 years. Long. But the plus 550 for them to win the AL, once I was like, I'm not scared. I'm still not really scared of Houston. Maybe I should put more respect on them, but I was just like, I don't believe in the Orioles still, to be honest. I think they're at least a year away. No. So like, yeah, I'm feeling like the plus 550 for the Twins was like 5th best or 4th best at the time, and I hit it last night. I think it's still plus 550. So yeah, I would snag it.
And again, with these, like, do the math. You probably a lot of times you're better off just going series by series and rolling it over. But some people just like to bet it and forget it. So either way, however you want to do it, just keep that in mind. Games today. What do we think? We've got pretty much, I wouldn't say same price as yesterday. It starts same order, 3:00 Eastern. Rays, Rangers, Eflin and Eovaldi. Rays -148. Twins, Blue Jays, Gray against Brios. Gray -142, and the Twins -142. Gowan and Peralta with the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. Brewers small -130 favorites, and then Philly right around the same price range as yesterday, -155 with Nola against Garrett. I don't know where you guys want to start. I'll start like the one I feel strongly about. I do think we'll get a game 3 in Rangers Rays. Eovaldi's been awful. He missed
He's been
it,
terrible.
and then he came back in September and he's gotten hammered. I
Yeah,
think
the
it's
worst.
like 19 innings, 21 runs. He really got hit hard. You'd
Yeah.
think Tampa, maybe here's a good strategy for Tampa. Maybe catch the ball here and there, once in a while today.
Maybe catch the ball, stop throwing it into the other team's dugout.
My goodness. So I do like Tampa. Do you guys have any thoughts on this game before we get
Yeah,
to it?
I'm gonna take I'm probably gonna take under 8 runs here. So the Rangers have pretty much their full bullpen after Montgomery went deep. The Rays kept Littell. So he started warming up yesterday, and I was like, why are you gonna blow him? Like when you were watching the Rays play yesterday, at any point did you think the Rays were gonna get enough runs to come back?
Once it got to 2, I was nervous. Then at 4, it felt over. At 1, it's always your one swing away.
Yep,
at 2,
exactly.
and it was like the 6th inning. I was like, oh, it's getting dicey. Then 4.
Then 4, you're like, so then they started warming up Littell, and I was like, what the heck are they doing? Like, but then he went and sat back down. So I think we see Eflin for 4.5, maybe 5, then Littell for the rest of the way, and then we bring in a closer. I'm going under 8 in that game. But the Rays have been getting bet down. They started at 165. They're already down to -148 on FanDuel.
It's interesting.
You could, if it gets to 130, man, you could probably tempt me with a Rays bet there.
Yeah, I like Tampa.
I think I keep hitting unders. Yesterday was pretty much all unders except for the one matchup that had Brandon Pfaadt, and then Corbin Burns hasn't been that good for the Brewers. That was the only one that went over. The rest of them went pretty comfortably under. There were nothing smaller than like a 7.5 total yesterday, and that's the smallest one we see today, with clearly the best pitching matchup with Gallen versus Peralta today. So yeah, I mean that one and the Braxton Garrett versus Aaron Nola matchup, I kind of like under 8 runs, under 7.5 runs for both of those as like playoff baseball basically.
Oh, I didn't get to the other game. That's just what I have there. Did you guys see a line for Eovaldi walks? I didn't see one posted.
I didn't, but you mentioned pitcher usage. I think it's interesting. It's something to keep in mind. Now that some of these teams are facing elimination, the leashes get shorter. I think it's built into some of these numbers, but keep that in mind with hits allowed, walks allowed, strikeouts allowed, outs recorded. Yeah. Some of these guys, especially if you start walking, you walk a couple guys and you're facing elimination, and that bullpen starts stirring. This isn't, July 11th where you get to give up 3 or 4 runs and it's no big deal. You stay in the game. This is, season on the line. You're facing elimination. These guys are going to have very short leashes. Now, it doesn't apply to Texas because, look, you got a game in hand. So Eovaldi, if they were down 1-0, you know what? If he gave up a couple runs, that bullpen will be stirring. You'd figure they probably treat it a little differently, probably. Yeah. So Tampa, maybe Eflin's on a short leash. I don't know.
You want to hear?
With what you were saying about that, Will? Are you saying Eovaldi would have a shorter leash because they would want to make sure they win this game, or he has a longer leash?
I would say the angle doesn't fit because they're not facing elimination. Like I would like the perfect storm of Eovaldi's been bad and Texas was facing elimination. Like if Texas was down 1-0,
I'm thinking that's why I was going to take Eovaldi.
It's a stay away from me.
That's why I was going to take Eovaldi walks over. And this also kind of like correlates into the bet. This is a gross market. 2+ strikeouts in the first inning of Rays Rangers. I would play the no at +154
for either for both teams
combined. So I think the Rays. So and why I say that, I know that the Rays are a little upset how impatient they were. Yesterday they were swinging at a ton. They're going to be a lot more patient. I think they see a lot, try to get more contact. Then I just don't have Eovaldi giving out that many Ks.
Wasn't that good yesterday, I thought, too. I thought the Rays, there was a big strike zone for the when the Rays were bad. There were some questionable calls.
Yeah. I was trying not to say that. I didn't want to sound biased.
Real quick on the Phillies game last night, Will, as a former stud pitcher in high school, what was up with the Craig Kimbrell balk? He just didn't want someone behind him in the 9th. He wanted that guy on third where he could see him.
Yes, I think sometimes there's concern that the runner on second will be relaying the signs.
Yeah.
So that's my guess. That was funny to just watch him throw the ball down like that.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm balking, right? And
yeah.
Yeah, you're balking.
That's funny. Yeah, that was fun. That was they always say, you go to a baseball game or you watch a baseball game, a lot of times you'll see something you've never seen before. That was
one of them.
Definitely an unusual one. Yeah.
Do the Twins get swept?
You
I
mean
think
the
they
Jays
do.
get
Do they
swept?
sweep? Do
The
they sweep
Jays.
Braves?
I mean, dude, it's twin sweep.
I
Sorry.
like
excuse me.
Minnesota here. I do like Minnesota.
I
It's
like
funny,
Minnesota too. Sonny Gray's been pitching really well. Like, so what? In the last 2 months, has
He's nice.
the lowest ERA at
He's
like
very
1
nice
point
with it.
something in baseball.
Yeah, I think he got a few favorable matchups in there. I know the Twins had a pretty easy schedule down the stretch, but there was also the
He did.
Blue Jays lefties. Well, could be a thing. I mean, we'll obviously see now that you're bringing Sonny Gray on the mound, but yeah, he's been phenomenal. I couldn't figure out how to really bet that game, to be honest. Did you guys are you putting anything on the Jays?
I took Peralta over pitching outs. Hold on, let me see if it changed.
No, I'm talking about Blue Jays Twins with Barrios and
my bad.
Sonny Gray.
No, I have nothing on this. I kind of want to bet on the Twins. I just think the price is too low.
Yeah,
the price is different now. It's minus 143. It was minus 135 earlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling about that one. I know it's annoying, but like I put the futures on the Twins, and I was like, that's how I'm betting them. I don't want to deal with them each game. So
I looked at these lines before I did my morning show. So let me see. Yeah, there's still 135s out for Twins.
Yeah,
you have to go to Caesars.
I might. Go ahead.
You know, I was just say I played Twins for the series and I played Diamondbacks for the series. So it's like, do I want to double up? I already have them invested to win today. So I don't really feel the need to throw a bet on game 2, even if I do think they're going to win. So I'm sort of wrestling with that in my mind.
But also, Will, if either of us had a pretty strong lean in that game, I think regardless of having futures on, I'd be like, well, I'm still going to take the side market here, you know. And
but when I have the series, like that bet's going to cash today if they win.
Yeah, so if they win. So there's no point in you betting.
Right. Like, I don't know. I'm going back and forth with it. I'm not saying I won't. It is factoring into my thought process where it's like I already have a proxy for a bet. I do sort of have a bet without having a bet on the game.
Right.
And I do think Minnesota wins. Like, I don't know. I think the 3 teams that won yesterday won, and the only one I think we get a game 3 in is Texas Tampa. Like, I mean, I could be wrong. It's baseball. It's one game. I thought that was a terrible loss by Milwaukee. I mean,
terrible.
You're up 3-0. You've got Burns on the mound, your ace. You're home, and Arizona's pitching a kid that spent half the years in the minors with like an ERA, and you give up that game. That's a terrible loss.
We didn't talk about it, but Brandon Woodruff probably on the shelf for good.
Yeah. Exactly. There's no Woodruff
was their ace because their ace is now hurt.
Peralta's really good, but but still.
So now their ace is on the mound. I mean,
now you're gonna
get shacked.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have to go, like, even if you win this game, now you're gonna have to go Miley and then bullpen the rest out.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's pretty tough.
Yeah. Versus Merrill Kelly.
Plus, there's just the factor of Arizona. They're young. They weren't supposed to be in the playoffs. A little of that, and it's just, you know what, it's house money. They go in, they're fast, they're loose, they're young. Nobody expecting to be here.
They had some good base running too.
Yeah, they're fast. They play defense. So that game sort of translates to the playoffs where
really
you know, speed and defense doesn't slump, as they say. So
young,
dumb,
and actually full of chutzpah.
Yeah, I like Gallen over outs and over 4.5 strikeouts. I think a couple things. He's their ace. They're up 1-0. They'll give him a leash even if he doesn't have it. Why burn your bullpen when you have game 3 tomorrow?
Yeah,
I think Gallen, like, there's 15.5 out there. There's 16.5. There's 4.5 Ks. I would think he'd go 6 innings today and just, hey, if he pitches well, you let him keep going. If he's pitching okay, obviously he gets bombed, you get him out of there. But if he's pitching okay, 2-3 runs, you give him a leash because you're up 1-0 and he's your guy. So I do think the outs and the strikeouts are a little low on Gallen.
Yeah, let's juice way to the over. So what's the 6+ Ks, do we think? I might like
Which book are you looking at?
I'm looking at FanDuel right now, so I'm going to alt strikeouts for Zach Gallen.
Remember, use Pickett to shop your lines.
Yes, always. 6+ is +154 on FanDuel, but I should pull up Pickett
for Gallen.
Yeah,
strikeouts.
Yeah, because it's 4.5 juiced way to the over -146.
Yeah.
And I got 15.5 outs at Rivers, and I got 4.5 -134 at Rivers.
15.5 outs.
-130. -130 for 4.5 on BetMGM.
Okay, there you go. So what's the alt there?
I'm pulling it up right now.
All right, like +180.
Oh my god! They took me to their freaking. It took me to their stupid advertisement page.
Is it because they don't strike out?
Probably factoring in. I think if you look at some of these other lines, they are factoring in what we're saying about, hey, it's postseason, leashes are a little shorter. But again, you're up 1-0, and this is your ace. I don't think he's going to have a short leash here.
Yeah,
I mean, there is still a sense of urgency. Even though you're up 1-0, you're 2 losses away from elimination. So again, it's not the middle of July where you just let this guy go no matter what. But you think
I've never seen this matchup.
I
haven't seen this matchup. Fewest home runs. Fewest hits head to head
Oh,
versus
in the game.
pitchers
That's
for each
right.
other. Sorry, I'm looking
So
for your K's and I
no,
found this.
that's cool. The Brewers versus Zach Gallen. If you want a quick history, combined in this lineup, 70 at bats, 12 hits, 20 Ks, 171 batting average. 20
Yeah,
Ks
well.
and 12 hits against Zach Gallen.
I think I'm just gonna load up on everything that's even money -110 or better for Gallen versus Peralta, except for strikeouts.
And keep in mind, Gallen has been much better at home than on the road. This game is in Milwaukee, so that's got a factor. That's got to hurt it hurts my position a little bit here. But I still like it enough to play. I think I'll throw pretty
Dude,
well.
I think I would play fewest extra base hits, Gallen at +115.
Yeah, it's hard for me
Fewest
not to like
extra
Gallen.
base hits allowed, you're saying?
Yeah.
So
It's hard for me
Peralta
not
has
to like the money line.
'Cause I feel like when Peralta gets tossed, like when Peralta has shorter outings, it's because he's giving up like a lot of extra base hits. God, actually,
Yeah,
let
I'm
me just
taking
pull
the
up
under in this game.
Let me just
I'm
pull
taking
up
the
the
under in all
data.
these
I'm
games.
talking off the side of my neck, which is not very smart.
Yeah.
Gamblers, remember, make sure you look at your history. I can literally just pull up my data in 30 seconds. It's
Yeah,
pretty even. Yeah, so like they're pretty even, but yeah, the edge is definitely towards Peralta.
Yeah. I know Peralta's
Yeah,
nasty, but I just like unders, honestly, in like 3 of these games. I'm
maybe it's
gonna
not a
hit.
good
I'm
bet.
probably gonna put a couple units on the under in Phillies and Marlins, and by probably I mean I'm just gonna do it now because it's still at 8.
It's not a
Probably
good
not the
bet.
wrong way
Not
to
a good
play it.
bet.
Probably not the wrong way to play it. Anything Philly, Miami. I feel like Philly's just better. I don't
Philly's
trust
just
Nola. I
better.
never trust Nola. But it's a really tough home field. That's a bet. It's Nola. I'd still like over Garrett, and they just have a much better lineup. So I like Philly in this spot.
Last time I talked shit on Braxton Garrett, he had a career high in strikeouts. So I'm gonna save my Braxton Garrett takes for now.
Interesting.
But
I have money on the Phillies to win the series, so I don't think I need to do anything.
What price did you get?
I just laid the -200, and then I parlayed the -200 as well.
So I mean, look, I think Philly's better like across the board, hitting, pitching, defense,
Stadium, home field
bullpen,
advantage.
everything, stadium. That being said, if you don't win this game tonight and you got to get to a game 3, man, anything can happen one game. You get a little nervous. Philly's pitching definitely drops off after Nola.
Suarez probably, right?
Suarez, Christopher Sanchez. The Marlins hit lefties much better than they hit righties. So even though you feel like you're in control, if you're Philly and you're the better team, and look, I want to see him win just not only for my bets. Philly Atlanta is a much better series than Miami Atlanta. I would recommend getting it done tonight. Obviously, they're trying to win no matter what, but as much as they're better, you would like to get it done tonight. If you're Philly, let's look at outs for Garrett. See, they built it in here. Over under for outs for Garrett is 13.5. So they're thinking along with us. We're like, hey, short leash here.
Yeah,
that actually looks a little low.
That's 13.5 is too low.
Guys, I think I'm gonna bet fewest extra base hits Gallen at +115.
Okay.
I don't think it's as lopsided as these books are.
That's head to head with Peralta.
Yeah.
Fewer hits allowed.
Okay. Extra base hits. Let's see. -155, 60%.
BetMGM gets meticulous with this stuff.
Oof.
Bro,
have you guys heard about BetMGM?
I'm not saying this because they sponsor my show, but BetMGM is one of my favorite books for like getting in the weeds.
Yeah.
Like their college football.
Have you guys seen the news at all or no?
About BetMGM?
Oh yeah, about the accounts. Yeah,
everyone's accounts getting drained. They don't sponsor any of my shows, so I can say it. You guys don't have to, but all their accounts are getting drained. And if you have money in there, maybe don't keep your money in there.
Why?
Look it up real quick. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, just look it up.
All right.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really
bad.
Where
did the bet just go? Wait, is that a sign? I went to look at the implied probability and it just disappeared. Wow. God looked at my betting slips. And
wow.
Said, don't you dare do this.
What are you looking at, Josh?
The story. That could be a fucking can of worms.
Not good. Not good.
Oh boy.
Yep. Not ideal for the old king of sports books.
Should have just paid the ransom.
I thought they did.
I don't think MGM did. I think it was someone else.
Was the ransom like $3 billion?
10 mil. It was the exact amount. It was the exact amount that you get back from insurance.
10 mil.
I think it was just more of a principal matter.
Just give him the money. What are you talking about?
Right. It's crazy. That's crazy. What if you had to just say best bet for anything today? What's your best bet, Josh?
Under Phillies Marlins under 8 runs,
Okay.
-110.
Peralta over pitching outs 14.5.
Is that what his number is?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Over 14.5. See, they don't have it at Rivers. How come they don't have it at Rivers? What book are you looking at?
I played offshore, but it was widely available. -120.
Peralta
over 14.5 outs. That's a good.
Yeah, let me. I can pull. I have my my ticket open. Let me see.
Yep, -114, -145 at DraftKings.
That's too low.
That's too low. He should get through 5 innings. Again, if you don't have it in the third or fourth, like this is it. This is it. This is game 7. This is your season. They'll get him out of there. But
yeah, they used 6 arms last night.
Yeah, you're banking on him to throw a decent game.
Yeah,
as long as he's under 3 runs, 5 innings, 2 runs. Like as long as I would say 3 runs is the cutoff. If you give up 3 runs, you think about getting him out of there. But you're basically saying he's going to stay 2 runs or less through 5 innings. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that's a good bet.
They definitely don't have alt outs recorded.
Right. And he's plus 250 to record a win. That's interesting.
I would ladder the shit out of outs.
Yeah. 5.5 Ks.
Yeah.
There's probably, I don't know. Could you middle that there where you play over 14.5 outs and under 5.5 Ks? And it's unlikely you'll lose both, but you could win both. Does that make any sense or no?
Why don't you do what I saw Jut do this, which was pretty cool. I don't know if we'd see a book that's high, but if you find a book that will offer 15.5, and you play both.
You're saying over 14.5 outs and under 5.5 Ks?
Yeah.
Is a middle play.
Just thinking out loud. I don't know if it makes sense, honestly.
Oh, it does make sense. It does make sense. Because if you don't hit the outs, you're going to hit the Ks. And you could still hit you could definitely still hit both of them. How much do the diamond? I think that does make sense.
Because I feel like the 5.5 Ks is saying he's going to go like 6 innings, but the outs is saying he's going to go less than 5 innings.
Less than 5? Yeah, I agree.
So if he goes like 5 innings, 5 Ks, you hit both of yours.
Yep. He could go 6 innings, 5 Ks for sure.
Right. And again, there's obviously a possibility where he gets 6 innings through 6 Ks through 3 innings. I'm just thinking out loud. I think that's a little.
How good would that be?
I mean, look, it's certainly possible, but I do think that's a little interesting. Where like the Ks is still 5.5, but the outs is 14.5. I don't know. That's interesting.
I'm with it. I might do that too.
Yeah,
it's intelligent.
Maybe. Anything else on baseball?
I played something else. Hold on. Let's see. No, I didn't. I cashed out.
Yeah, Arizona doesn't strike out against righties either. At all. Fourth fewest. So that's a good bet. I like it. Let me change my bet of the day to Will's bets. But I am taking Marlins.
Have you guys looked at World Series MVP odds at all?
I bet Acuna at 10-1 when it opened up. I gave it out on NBC too.
Who'd you take?
Acuna 10-1, and then literally middle of the show it drops to 8-1. What's it at now?
8-1.
I'm looking at Rivers at 6-1, which is not a good price. I mean, look,
still has 8-1.
You're 3-1 just for Atlanta to win. You're saying like it's a 7-game series. 3. It's not like the NBA where the best player, Jokic, is going to win no matter what. Like,
right.
I know this is not very popular. I know it's not very popular, but what I was saying on the show is like, if you're gonna bet like the 2-1, why not just like take 2 guys that you like on the Braves to win the World Series MVP?
Well, because here's the top odds: Acuna Jr. plus
obviously the odds suck now.
Austin Riley and Matt Olson plus 1,200.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's Yordan Alvarez at plus 2,500. And then it's 2 more. It's just all Braves, Dodgers, or Astros. Those are.
I do like Trey Turner. His price was good. I see that.
I like
the number we got on Turner. 50. I'm saying 50-1 on Rivers. That's probably
60.
Royce Lewis is 44-1. I bet before yesterday he was like 80-1.
Yeah,
nice. 60-1.
I mean, there's a lot. You got to get your team in there. They got to win. Like you're still.
And you have to play well
around, and you got to be the guy out of like. The 20.
That's why it's so hard.
Needle in a haystack bet.
It's so hard. That's why
it's fun though. Look, I mean, if you're,
I picked Acuna just because, like, I feel like he's like one of those guys who does so much. It's literally so easy to see a pathway for him.
Sure, absolutely. Where is
then he goes through a hitting slump, and it's Austin Riley, and I'm pissed as hell.
Right, that's the other thing. There's so many guys on the team. Where is this on DraftKings?
player awards.
I don't think I'm seeing this.
Hmm.
Is this another weird Connecticut thing where I can't bet it?
Better
That doesn't
not
make
be.
sense because I can bet it in Rivers.
Yeah.
We got another vote for Trey Turner here.
Wow, at 60-1, I don't hate it. But then, like, what if Schwarber goes off?
Oh, you're right, Will.
What if Harper goes off? Like, I feel like if Turner, Harper, and Schwarber have even World Series finals, I feel like they're literally gonna give it to Bryce Harper. Like, that's what I would hate.
I mean, I can see World Series winner, league winner, World Series forecast, AL forecast, but I don't see anything for MVP.
Well, do you have a show on Viston? Frog wants to know.
I don't have a show. I'm just a guest.
Hmm.
I am on the Mega Pod. That's a VSiN podcast. It's once a week where we go over the NFL games, but I don't like have a show. I'm just a guest a few times a week.
Frog, if you want to ask me, I don't have a show either. I am just a guest on the Greg.
If he wanted to ask you, he would have asked you. Frog knows what Frog's doing.
Listen, we stay cash and checks. I don't think you saw the August and September recaps, Will. That's an every month occurrence.
I love it. I love it. So what the hell? This is on FanDuel.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Germs. I agree that Turner has to be a part of the run.
What do we got for Turner on FanDuel here? 60-1. Schwarber 60-1. Like, I like Philly to make a run. I like Minnesota. I don't know, man.
Who would you take on Minnesota? That's what I'm saying. That's what I was looking at Royce Lewis.
Good pitcher win. I don't know. I mean, I don't see anything I'm crazy about betting on.
I see a prop bet guy just dropped Sonny Gray over 4.5 Ks.
I could see that.
I could see that. I looked at that number and I feel weird like when a book has Ks but they don't have pitching outs and there was no line for pitching outs and I was just like, yeah, I'm done. Like I need like the whole frame, like the whole body of work.
Germ says, what if Wheeler goes 5-0? I thought about Wheeler. I saw Wheeler 100-1. He crossed my mind too. It's just it's not a postseason award. It is strictly for the World Series. So it would be World Series stats only.
He'd have to win like Game 7.
If you like Strasburg won it a couple years ago, so it's possible for a pitcher to win it.
But then Strasburg win that, like, wasn't it like he was great in the deciding game?
He didn't pitch Game 7. He just won 2. Nobody really hit. Bumgarner won, but he came out of relief.
He's got a save. Yeah. Crazy as a Cougar. What do you guys think of Bo and Vladdy hit? They got it super boosted from plus 100 to plus 150. Are you saying that that's each of them? You can do that with individually. One hit goes from even money to plus 150. Because
I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah. Yep. If you can do that with both guys, great. If it's both of them to get a hit from even money to plus 150, I still don't hate it.
Let's see.
That much juice.
What do I have for them?
I'm not like stealing Wheeler on FanDuel here.
Yeah, Sonny Gray has been so freaking good recently, though.
100-1 on FanDuel for Wheeler. That's not terrible. I don't mind Wheeler.
I'm going to batter props here. Record a hit. Bo and Vladdy. Yeah, because Bo and Vladdy, the two of them to get a hit. Yeah, I got you. Yep. If you got it at even money, you get up to plus 150. Yeah, I think that's
I like
pretty
it.
Good. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to know, I'm probably going to bet Jacksonville State half unit on 3.5, half unit on the money line. The 3.5s are my buddy just texted me. I sent him my breakdown, and he just texted me that 3.5s are going away. So I figure I'll announce that on here. Just see anybody wants to put a little half unit on their 3.5 because they're dying in the market.
Yeah, I saw 50 straight days of football. I guess with the college game tonight, we get middle of the week action. NFL obviously on Thursday. So fun time of the year. Before we bounce back, we were talking about this off the air before we came on. Life on the line. Who wins the national championship?
Life on the line, Michigan. Isn't that crazy? I picked Harbaugh to win it. Life on the line.
It is.
Maybe let me change it. Life on the line, Georgia Bulldogs.
No.
Before
the
life
show,
on
you
the
said
line.
Michigan, and it's not even close.
It's Michigan is not even close.
Then
but
10 minutes later, it's a different team.
No. You have to phrase the question differently.
Defend yourself, Brad.
If my life is on the line, I am not trusting Jim Harbaugh remotely. But if I think Michigan's going to win, I have a bet on Michigan to win. I don't have any other national championship bets. So
that's another thing. We can't bet in Connecticut for some reason. Can't bet national championship, make the playoffs, or Heisman, which is stupid. Last year we could. And I know some of my buddies had good prices on Texas and Oklahoma, like Texas 25-1, Oklahoma 60-1, and Sugar House just deleted the bets. Just deleted.
Speaking of
them. Sorry,
Heisman, I've never wanted to root against the team as much as I do USC against Notre Dame, and it sucks because I have Notre Dame. I mean, I have Notre Dame team total over, USC's team total over, but I don't have Caleb Williams Heisman. So like that's gonna help me. It can help me twofold if Notre Dame wins. You know,
Is that what week is that game?
not this week, next week.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right,
I have a sleeper play.
Sleeper play. Let's get it and let's bounce. We got some baseball to watch. Good day. I don't know. You guys don't live in the East Coast, man. It's like 80 degrees here in the East Coast.
I live in the East Coast. My windows are open. You don't say that often.
You're Florida though, right?
Yeah, but my windows are open. Normally, it's too hot to have your windows open.
But I'm thinking like Northeast, where it's like in October in the Northeast. Usually, it's all right. It's hoodie weather. It's like 40, 50 degrees, 60s warm. We're like the 80s.
Climate change, dog.
That's your weather report for the day. You guys,
you
guys, nobody asked for. What do you got for sleeper, Brad?
Sleeper, I'm gonna put more money on Dylan Gabriel. This is just leg one, so you guys will probably get sick of me hearing about talking about Dylan Gabriel. But leg one is Dylan Gabriel over 21.5 completions against Texas, Red River rivalry. We will break that game down either Thursday or Friday, so I don't want to beat you to a drum, but hitting every game but the two games he didn't hit, he had 19, and they were blowouts. Roman Wilson to score a touchdown, receiving touchdown, 8 touchdowns so far on the season. He is the number one, the option in the passing game. Minnesota allowed guys like Ben Bryant to throw 4 passing touchdowns on him. Yeah, Ben Bryant's from Cincinnati, for those of you wondering, the guy who I didn't think could ever have a game over 150 passing yards. So yeah, it's going to be pretty ugly. Weather is pretty good too.
All right, that should do it. Anything else? Frog says, I wasn't watching the show live. This message is late, but I actually listened to Hoops Peterson at 4 a.m. Brad, I hear you. Oh yeah, Hoops is a menace, man. Hoops doesn't sleep. Does like 8-hour podcasts. So
he's good. I'm not going to be on tonight. I actually needed a mental break, but I will be back on again Wednesday.
All right, yeah. Plug all your stuff. What else you have to plug? I mean, you just use this as
NBC,
at MrBradThomas. Yeah.
NBCSports.com.
All right, we gotta go.
Betting big.
I'm going to say Bankroll Blitz. I'm on one of these.
I didn't get a chance. You said we got to go. That's Bankroll fine. Blitz at Bankroll Blitz. What's the spread at? What's the spread underscore?
Jeez.
There we go. Goldboys.com. www.goldboys.com. The most important one.
You got an OnlyFans plug or no?
No, I deleted it.
Did we just make an OnlyFans joke at the same time?
Yeah,
oh man, that was crazy.
Did you make one too?
That was too obvious. I didn't want it.
But you guys said it at the exact same time, so it always sounded like one of you guys said it.
Oh wow! All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I've spent too much time with you guys this week.
All right, Brad, Josh, appreciate you guys. Thank you to Pickett, Sleeper Hall of Fame bets. Appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys always make the show better, so thank you for your contribution. I'm thinking about jumping in on one of these, either Trey Turner or somebody for World Series MVP. So enjoy the games. Good luck with all your plays. Be back noon Eastern tomorrow.